Lewis Hart for the Ring magazine, joined today here in Riyadh with the WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman. Good to see you today in Riyadh. How's things? How are you?
I'm very happy. A little bit tired, but very happy. We had the third phase, the quarterfinals of the Riyadh season WBC Boxing Grand Prix yesterday. 16 fights, heavyweights, middleweights, super lightweights, and featherweights. Now they advance to the semifinals. 4 fighters per division. We're gonna have 8 fights coming up in October, and then the finals in December. And this has been a groundbreaking experience, which we are very, very satisfied, very happy, and very proud.
Yeah, as I say, the Grand Prix was yesterday, phase 3. I was there, enjoyed a lot of the fights. Just on phase 3 in itself, was you happy with how yesterday went with everything and the third and the quarterfinals?
Extremely happy. The level of competition, there's so many emotions because everything is on the line for the kids fighting. Whoever wins advances and the loser goes home. So there were several draws, there were several knockouts, several upsets. So all in all, it was a full night of great boxing, and we're just very excited. It has been a very good tournament that has shown that many things can be done in boxing differently, in a way to promote and to give opportunities to those who would not have an opportunity to shine.
It was my first time yesterday seeing the open scoring that was implemented. I think after round 2, 4, Thomas Treiber read out what the judges had, the scorecards. How do you think that's working so far when you saw it implemented in this Grand Prix?
Well, we love this concept. My father thought of it many years ago, introduced it in the WBC, and unfortunately, human beings are the nature of a human being is resistance to change in boxing more than anywhere else. Yeah. So every new rule, every new concept, every new protocol finds a lot of resistance. We have used open scoring in Mexico, Japan, and countless countries with great success for 15 years. The USA, the UK, they do not allow it, and it has shown over and over and over how great it is, because audience on the television, they're seeing the open scoring of the commentator, so they're confused. And here you get the opportunity for the fans to know exactly what the judges are saying, but most importantly, both corners, they know where they are and they can adjust the strategy, change. Many times you see a fighter thinking he's winning the fight, but the judges are not scoring what he thinks is going his way, so they can adjust and overcome adversity. So we love open scoring. We do it in WBC championship bouts after the 4th and after the 8th round, and here in the Grand Prix we do it after the 2nd and after the 4th.
Do you think there's any chance that the UK and USA will approve it at some point?
Some boxing commissions in the USA have used it only to give to the corners, not the public announcement. Many promoters and managers are in favor of it. So we might be hoping to see it happen. Do a pilot test. There's nothing wrong of it. All to the contrary, all the concerns that initially people had have not happened. It's 15 years. They said there would be riots in the stands and that fighters would start running if they're ahead. Absolutely not. They continue doing what they're doing to be winning the fight. So,
touching back on the Grand Prix, I wanted to ask you about how important that opportunity is for certain fighters. I was there yesterday watching the Moroccan fight, and he had loads of people supporting him. So with certain areas that may not get the opportunity, how important is it that you provide that for them and almost sort of change fighters' lives with this Grand Prix?
Well, this has been an exercise in all aspects. This was an open invitational to everyone in the world. When we started recruiting the fighters, we got more than 1,000 applications, and the WBC Rankings Committee and a special committee for the Grand Prix selected from all over the world, the best 32 fighters and some alternates. And it's a huge process. We contracted the services of NAS, Dr. Neil Scott, for all the medicals. That was a huge work to be done. We do VADA testing, and overall, just the kids that registered, they did not have a promoter or a manager to help them through. It was an amazing experiment, and we have incredible talent competing, and I'm sure some of these will be future champions.
Brilliant to see. I wanted to ask about the fight this Saturday in Riyadh. Former WBC interim champion Dillian Whyte takes on Moses Itauma. What do you think about this fight on Saturday in Riyadh?
Well, this is a classic new talent against a experienced, tough fighter. This is a real big challenge for Moses, which we all believe is a future superstar. But you can never count out Dillian Whyte. He has power, he has resistance. He's been in tremendous battles against the best of the best. It's going to be a very interesting fight.
I wanted to ask you about someone else on the undercard, Ray Ford.
Can I say something very funny that I saw this morning?
Of course you can.
I saw it in the social media. You know, when you are in the limelight, you can easily make mistakes. And I saw my friend Thomas Treiber calling the baby snatcher. I cannot stop laughing when I just think, I mean, it's a mistake. It's a honest mistake. We should take it with a funny attitude. And I think Dillian was not so happy to be called the baby snatcher.
Well, Thomas was telling me that apparently he had someone in his ear that put him off. He said that was his reason for it. So,
I mean, I've said incredible things on a microphone and you don't realize. So, Thomas is a great guy. He should not get any heat from that.
Yeah, I agree. There was someone else on the undercard as well, Ray Ford. He's been pretty banging on the door about potentially fighting Usyk Foster, who is the WBC super featherweight champion. For yourself, obviously, would that be a fight that would interest you, I guess, for a WBC title fight with Foster and Ray Ford?
Absolutely. Ryan Ford is a tremendous fighter. He's ranked number 3 in the WBC, and he's been consistent and hard, active, and I would love to see him fight for the WBC title.
Brilliant. I wanted to ask you a few things away from this card. I wanted to ask about the ongoing situation between Subriel Matias and Dalton Smith. We know that was a fight that was ordered. Alberto Puello spoke about having a rematch clause with that. Is there any worry that the rematch clause from Puello could interrupt the fight between Matias and Smith that has obviously been ordered?
The WBC has addressed the issue, and we have a ruling that Matias against Dalton Smith is a mandatory fight to take place. The winner must fight Puello. A rematch was granted, but not direct rematch. Dalton Smith, as a mandatory, has to fight next.
Is that an exciting fight between Matias and Dalton Smith? We saw him face off in New York. They're talking about that fight being in Riyadh. Is there excitement for that fight between
Very, very exciting, and of course emotions. You get to know fighters, and they are very special. And when you see two very dear fighters in the ring, it's not easy. But I had the great honor to be with Matias in Puerto Rico with his wife and his kids, 2 beautiful girls. Very proud WBC champion. Dalton Smith went to Mexico City, visited me with his team, spent a couple of great days. He's a tremendous kid. So it's going to be a very tough, good fight. Hopefully it will happen, they said, here in the undercard of Benavidez, so we'll see what happens.
That's good stuff. I wanted to ask you about an ongoing situation, Mauricio, with Francisco Rodriguez Jr. Obviously, there was WBC ruling for that fight of it being a no contest and a 12-month probation from him and an immediate rematch ordered. That was a quick process that got to that point from the obviously Galal Yafai fight. I guess wanting to ask yourself about that ruling that led to obviously the decision to order the rematch, but also have a no contest and subsequently what come with that.
Yes, whenever there is an adverse finding in the anti-doping tests, very unfortunately, the fighter who turns out positive is immediately trialed by public and by media as a cheater, as a guilty, immediately. And that's, as I said, human nature. There's a positive in a doping, you are a cheater, you are guilty, and that's an immediate response. What the WBC does in every single case, we do an investigation, thorough investigation, and every case is different because of the substance, because of the circumstances. So you have to do an investigation. And we did it very fast because Rodriguez had, when you do a test, the collector asks you to report what you're taking. So he listed the supplements he's taking and submitted it. He had a test done about a month before the fight, and he listed everything, and it was negative. Then the fight test, he listed everything, and it came positive. When it was reviewed, what he listed, there's a supplement that has banned substances, and that what came up positive. So he did have banned substances, but we are completely clear that he had no intention of gaining any advantage. He was transparent, and it showed on the process of the investigation. He didn't even ask for the B sample to be opened because it's obvious it was there. Every fighter is responsible for what goes into your body. And the WBC did the interviews, we did all the situation. And then let me also clarify, after we did the WBC resolution, it was known to the WBC that there had been an issue in Texas.
Yeah, just what I was about to ask.
So we investigated the matter in Texas, which happened in December, and that was a test that came positive for THC. In his process with Texas, it was resolved that the THC were drops that he had used for sleeping. THC is not a banned substance under the clean boxing program because it is not a performance enhancing drug. THC is legal in many states and many countries, and it's very easy to get contaminated from third-party smoke or whatever. Anyway, it has absolutely no relationship, the matter of Texas and this situation. The WBC had originally ordered a rematch. We have canceled that order and have ordered Yafai because the fight was changed to a no contest. Prior to the fight, the winner of Yafai and Rodriguez was to face for the WBC championship the winner of Teraji and Sandoval.
Yeah.
So now the WBC has ordered Yafai against Sandoval. So we have canceled that order, and that's a ruling as it states right now.
Yeah. So when it comes to the no contest in Texas, because Eddie Hearn come out and said in interviews after,
I'm not gonna respond anything Eddie Hearn says.
No, but he said, no, I know, but what I was saying, he said that obviously he contacted the Texas Commission after the Yafai fight happened, but the no contest was already from December. Was the prior to ordering the fight between Yafai and Rodriguez, was there any awareness of the WBC from this no contest in
No,
Texas?
It was a complete private matter that we have no idea why, whether it was correct to keep it private or not. We had no idea when the fight Yafai Rodriguez happened. So It is absolutely nonsense and completely bad, ill intentions, those comments.
Okay, yeah. Because obviously when, with the public, and I know you said there about initially when someone fails a drug test, says that people are going to say immediately they're guilty, but when someone has 2 back-to-back failed tests...
It's not back-to-back.
Okay, but then...
I mean, it is technically back-to-back.
It is, yeah.
They have no relationship. I just clarified it.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
And pretend to be you're the police of the world. Yeah. Yes, suspend them for 2 years and send them to... He's a fighter. They live to dream to become champions. Most fighters are not educated on many aspects, and they suffer the consequences. Chivas already has suffered the consequences of stupidity and naive and ignorance. He lost the title that he won in the ring. And now Yafai is back. We made justice to Yafai, but we're not going to abandon Chivas. We do our absolute research on everything, and the investigation is very clear.
Yeah. So the cancelling of the rematch, was that, like, what was the, because obviously it was ordered, but the cancellation to it, was that anything to do with what happened with Texas as well? Or,
I'm sorry?
So with the cancellation of the rematch, as you said, was that to do with Texas or what happened there?
No,
So
no,
what was the
because
reason for that?
when we made no contest, so the title is back for Yafai.
Yeah. Okay.
Then we reviewed and we understood that Yafai, not having lost the fight, has all the merits to contend immediately against the champion. That was how we changed the original verdict.
Yeah, and I guess back on now the future of Rodriguez Jr. Yeah, well, I guess what would you look like for the future of him? I know you said there about the 12-month probation with him that was ordered by the WBC, but yeah, still feel like there is a future for him, as I say, as a fighter.
For Rodriguez,
Jr.
Yes,
yeah.
I've known him for many years. He's a decent family man. He's married, beautiful kids. Never been in a situation. I am convinced from the expert's testimony and from his testimony that it was an absolute mistake in not in any harmful or any bad intention, and he already has been penalized for the problem.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate that response. But moving on from that, in about a month away now, we've got Canelo Alvarez taking on Terence Crawford. What are your thoughts on this fight, as it's about a month away, which is, a crazy fight in Las Vegas in September?
Well, it's coming very fast.
Yeah, it's come very quick.
It's coming very quickly from a potential fight being made last year to a reality, to the press conference, the announcement, the camps. Now it's a reality. It's coming in 1 month from yesterday or today.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a tremendous event. Stadium fights are unbelievable. The first fight at the football stadium in Las Vegas. Good undercard. So I'm very much excited and looking forward. It is a classic matchup. Great rivalry between Mexico and the USA. Styles that will see what happens inside the ring.
Yeah. Do you think Crawford has a chance?
Absolutely. Crawford is a great fighter. He's very skilled, good technician, and undefeated. You never know.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about a few more fights as well. WBC interim champion Agit Kabayel. Obviously, he's in line for a shot at Oleksandr Usyk. Is there urgency from the WBC to order that fight? Obviously, we know Lawrence Okoli's #1 as well. What route would you like to, I guess, go down with the WBC World Heavyweight Champion?
Kabayel is a great champion. He began a process in the Riyadh season era. He was part of the initial heavyweight tournament, because that's what happened. Since October 2023, we saw several boxing cards with all heavyweights, and he came in and beat, I believe, Parker.
He beat Makhmudov.
He beat Makhmudov, who was highly ranked.
Yeah.
Then he comes and beats. The second fight he beat
Frank Sanchez, and then
Frank Sanchez
as well, just recently.
And then he fights for the interim. What the WBC has done, and we have to be consistent, the WBC was clear on making the undisputed fight.
Yeah.
We did not impose mandatories on Tyson Fury that would be in the middle of an undisputed fight. So we push and push and push. Finally, Fury fought Usyk, and Usyk became champion. We accepted the rematch, and there was a second fight, and that's why we ordered Kabayel to fight an interim championship, so there's activity in the division. Yeah. We are not going to break the undisputed, and we are trying to mediate and to find the best position for the division to be as active and as at a greater level. Kabayel deserves a fight, but he has time. Now he's an interim champion, he can defend, and we're trying to accommodate the best fights at the division in the best way. So we will be addressing the mandatory situation at the convention in December, and by now Kabayel can make a voluntary defense of the interim title.
Yeah, that's the thing, because when you do have an undisputed champion, especially someone like Usyk, is it hard for them not to hold up the division where they've got all the belts?
I can only talk about the WBC. Yeah. Our solution was to have an interim champion. Yeah. The interim champion can be active and defend his title, but we have to give the undisputed champion a different look, a different leverage, a different position, because that's what fans want to see.
I wanted to ask about Manny Pacquiao as well. Would you like to see the rematch with him and Mario Barrios from the...
I'm so happy and satisfied of what we saw July 19. Now nobody talks about how bad and how dangerous and how horrible the WBC acceptance of a fight was. Now everybody's talking about how great Manny Pacquiao is. That makes me so happy. I'm very proud of him. Whether he retires, he goes out in a huge way. If he fights again, I would love to see a rematch. But our full support is with Manny Pacquiao, also with Manny, with Barrios, who did a tremendous effort, against the great Manny Pacquiao. So it's a statement. Whenever you work hard, whenever you believe in yourself, you can do great things.
Most MVP, Jake Paul's promotion, come out the other week and said that the WBC ordered Katie Taylor to fight Chantelle Cameron in a trilogy. Is that right? I guess, is that a fight that you would like to see, the third fight between Taylor and Cameron?
Yes, absolutely. The WBC had Chantelle as the interim champion, and we all supported the third fight with Amanda Serrano, with the condition that the winner fights Chantelle Cameron. So it happened, we ordered the fight, and we're in the free negotiation period right now.
I know you touched on it earlier, but David Benavidez against Anthony Yard. Are you excited, I guess, for that fight in Riyadh in November?
Absolutely. It's Benavidez' time to shine, to get out and get his due recognition, and I'm sure it's going to be a sensational fight.
Yeah. Would you like to see the Bivol fight with Benavidez and Bivol?
Of course. That would be the best light heavyweight fight. We did order Bivol to fight interim champion Benavidez, and that was an order that was more than a year. It was public. Everybody knew about it, and now I'm sorry for Bivol. He's out with an injury, and we will see what happens in the near future.
Yeah. A final one from myself as well. Wanted to ask, reports come out last night of Sebastian Fundora taking on potentially Keith Thurman. As well with that, I guess, what's the situation with Vergil Ortiz Jr., who's obviously the interim champion as well at 154?
Well, Vergil had a hand surgery. We have been patient and waiting for him to report his status. In the meantime, Fundora is going to fight a tremendous, timeless fighter like Keith Thurman as well, and we'll see how it goes. It looks like a very good card.
Brilliant stuff. Mauricio, appreciate you taking time to speak to me. Always good to catch up in Riyadh, and yeah, I'm sure it won't be too long since we're catching up sometime soon.
Thank you so very much, and I'm very proud and happy to see the ring all over the place. I love the magazine, I love the social media. You have introduced a new concept to be so fun and so up to 2025 for the fans and the kids, so it's great.
Yeah, brilliant. I appreciate that. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.